Why, hello, welcome to Jebediah's Emporium, once again. Don't know if you can hear me too well because my hair is muffling the mic a little bit. As it did when I recorded my fucking song, actually. So I'm gonna have to re-record that. Yeah, hair's causing TE problems. Other than that, nothing new pretty much. I started a new song, but I'm gonna do this one pretty casually and slowly because, holy hell, I've been working pretty much non-stop just this last week because I've been so, taken taken by my own projects. I'm a man of ideas for sure. But regardless of that, my novel is coming along just about as well as it was last time I was making a video. So I haven't really worked on it in the last like day or so. Just because I've been more in music and YouTube, shit like that. But I really shouldn't be starting new things like new songs and whatnot. But I just can't help it, man. Cannot help it. I'm dragged every which way. Every which way. All directions at the same time. To every kind of project. Except visual art. Because screw visual art. I'm terrible at that. I'm still terrible at that. And I don't plan on getting any better at it. So, yeah, I can't draw. So that's why, this channel is not going to have pretty thumbnails, and, at least for a while. And nicely edited videos or anything like that. I just don't care enough. I just don't care. And I trust that I'll be able to fill in my videos with enough content that not much editing will be required. Maybe edit out some of the bone rips. The bone rips, you know what I mean? As I like to call them around my friends. The bone. Those can take up a little time and whatever. But I really should work on my novel today. Because my rule is, if you skip a day, you can't skip the next one. So, that's what I'm gonna do. And it's like, it sounds like it's sucky, right? To impose things on yourself. To impose deadlines on yourself, for example, or to impose, daily goals, or whatever. But it stops feeling like a goal after a few days. You know what I mean? It just feels like I gotta wake up and I'm gonna write my shit. I already have to do things around the house anyway, so it's not like that's much different. And it's, it's work that I get done fast and enjoy. I don't think I'm going to be able to survive, like, as a human being without making tons of media. I don't think I'll be able to. Well, I'll be able to survive. I won't be able to, fully be fulfilled human being. So, even if that doesn't end up being a career path for me or anything, it's something I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Every single day for the rest of my life. So, it's something that I want to take seriously. I want to make sure I don't end up like Sherwood Anderson, you know what I mean? With so much quantity and such high quality in one concentrated work. It's not what I want. I want to be able to pump them out, you know what I mean? And so yeah. Also didn't make a YouTube video last night because I realized there's no controlling my schedule. And I should have realized that instantly. Like, yeah, there's no way I'm taming that horse. That one is not really in my control at all. I'm gonna take this rip real quick and take a sip of this. 'Cause I'm thirsty. Real quick though, I did refine the hell out of that song, and oh yeah, I already talked about that. I think I re-recorded it. Either way though, it sounds badass. It's like 5 minutes long. And there's no words, and I think I'm gonna keep it like that. I was going to, I mean, well, no, I want to add words to it. I really do. I'm going to have two versions, probably. An instrumental version and a, one with lyrics. And, they're going to be, like, almost like two totally different songs. I mean, not really, but, like, you know, it's going to be weird, because if you listen to the one with lyrics, right, it's going to totally ruin the instrumental. Because the instrumental, like, takes itself seriously. The one with lyrics is not going to at all. I already wrote beta lyrics out for an earlier version of the song. And it was totally ridiculous. Not quite complete. You know, it didn't make me laugh enough to just, like, slap it on there. But you know, it's a good start. You know what I mean? It's a great start. Oh yeah, I was gonna take this rip. I'm gonna do that. Another challenge with lyrics is my voice. It's bad, you know. If I write lyrics, I'm not sure I want to sing my own songs. Shit. I'm focusing the goddamn... I had to get some dust off of my screen. My voice is bad. You know, I can't sing for shit. So, I'm gonna need someone else to do that. I think my brother could sing it well, but he's an INTJ. I don't know that he would want to. The older one. I have two brothers. Even though I'm the oldest of all of us. He's got perfect pitch. Right? So ideally he'd sing my songs. I don't think he'd want to, though. Maybe he would. Especially if they're hilarious. Like if I actually make him funny, he might actually want to sing them. But who knows? Maybe if I write... I'll write a lot of funny rap, too. Stupid, like, joke rap. Not like, serious rap. Just because it'd be funny. Maybe just throw it into my songs as well, instead of just, like, making entire rap songs. I mean, because I wouldn't want to, like, make trap beats and, like, just, you know, I want to make my own sort of style, you know. So anyway, my that song was actually pretty influenced by my dad's music. My dad's an INFJ, and so his music tends to sound sort of like that, except a lot less, like a lot more drawn out, a lot slower. I might actually put a link to his music in the description, because I actually enjoy it. I think a lot of his songs are pretty damn good. There's one that I think is what I call the INFJ theme song. But it's just one of his songs. It's shit, my memory's failing me. I haven't heard it in a good minute. It sounds like... Well, I'm not gonna be able to sing it. Like that. So, anyway, and another thing, I actually discovered, well, I mean, this is not a recent discovery or anything, but I found out my singing is just terrible. Like, it's not even just my pitch. Because, like, when I whistle, my pitch is not that bad. It's like, it's actually doable. Right? My pitch is doable. My voice is just not a singing voice. It's just not a singing voice at all. I mean, I don't think. I mean, all that really matters is that you can hold a note, but I can't even do that hardly. I can't do it consistently. I've practiced it a lot, it's hard. I'm going to eventually get to the point where I can just at least be good enough to sing my own songs, but that's not going to be, like, super soon or anything, because I kind of suck balls at singing. It's not like there haven't been musicians before or anything who started, really being terrible at singing, but or are just not that great at singing. That's why auto-tune exists, I guess. But anyways, I know this video is not going to be that interesting because it's just pretty much a self-indulgence video. But you know what I'm going to do, actually? I want to play this little chord I found. Because I think it actually is, I found what is going to be the bass chord, bass thing, right, quote unquote, for my next song. Let's see if I can find it. I can hardly even play it right now. It's like, I think it's a C6 over E. No, there we go. I did it wrong. That was the wrong one. Oh shit, camera's fucking falling. Phone is anyway. Yeah, I like that chord. So that's gonna be the bass. Of course, I have no idea what that's gonna turn into yet. I have no, it's not like I have some sort of vision in my head about what the song sounds like or anything. I'm just going, it's strange. Like, it's the same way that I found that other song. It's like, I don't know, I just found a chord. I found one chord, and I found another chord right after. And usually those two chords have a very similar fingering to them, right? And they just sound good together. Once you found just two, then you find a third. If you find a third, like, if you find a third fingering, sort of, then that's like kind of enough to just sort of make a song. That goes with both of those, and you can sort of just modify the fingering to sort of color in the things, and then add more chords that explore your lexicon, and build your lexicon, explore and build your lexicon as you go. Now, of course, I don't know that many chords yet, but that doesn't really matter because, I discovered a lot of chords by playing that song, or by rather, like, creating that first song. I can't actually remember them, but all I would have to do is go and like look up those chords, and I would never forget them. How, like, those voicings for those chords, I would never forget those voicings for those chords ever, because I've played them in the context of that song so many times that I, like, my meta skill of playing guitar gets better as I learn to play my own songs. You know what I mean? So, and that's the same for, like, writing. You know what I mean? Each chapter that I'm writing, or each, like, little section, each, like, whatever, it gets easier and easier to maintain the overall voice and mood and tone of the entire novel as I go further into it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to rewrite things anymore. Like, just rewrite it from memory anymore. I don't ever have to do that. I can just, like, what I usually do now is I rewrite an entire chapter from scratch. But I like, will usually just start only the first sentence, only in my head without referencing the other thing. And then the rest I'll just take and just sort of try and make it more concise so I can add more. That's sort of my process of going about it. I think I already talked about programs, writing programs. I guess I'll, eventually I'm going to make some videos about specifically how to do certain art forms, how to do I'm not very experienced yet in specific media. Like, this is my first novel. The Blemish on the Concrete Wall is the current name for it, but, so I guess I'll refer to it as that. Or just, whatever, my novel or something. But, it's my first novel, so I can't, because I've never completed a novel, I can't really give you much advice on, give anyone very much advice on how to go about the end process. I think I have a generally good idea of what it's like because of, I've finished media before. I made that YouTube series, for example. I made that song, and it goes the same way. It goes sort of exponential, and then it slows down, and then diminishing returns for a while, and then it sort of stagnates, and then it's really hard to improve after that. You can still do it. It's just harder. So, as soon as I sort of hit that diminishing returns point for my novel, where it's the whole thing is done, there are some points where it's not perfect, but it would be so much more work changing things because it would fuck so much other shit up. You know what I mean? That's the point at which I would say the novel's done. And I don't, there's no need to really do any more work on it. So I really, really underestimated how long this novel is going to take to write as well. Wow. It's much bigger a task than I thought. If you think about it, right? If you think about how big a novel is, or how long a novel is, it's like a medium of storytelling, right? Same thing for short stories. Same thing for plays, like theater and shit. Same thing for whatever. Movies last a movie lasts 2 hours. A short story, if you find on Audible or something a short story, some short classic short stories or whatever, they can last if you listen to them, they'll last anywhere from around 30 minutes, I would say, average. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're much longer, sometimes much shorter, but around 30 minutes is usually what I've found. Novels last many, many hours. Think about that. If you sat down around the campfire and just told a story for 10 hours, you would still not even be to the same length as a novel, or maybe that would be a novella. That's insane. A normal talking pace and everything like that. Maybe I could tell one, I don't know, a little bit faster it depends on how well I know the story, right? That's the thing as well. If you're making up the story on the fly, it'll be a worse story. You could do it, but it would just be sort of meandering, and you'd forget characters. There'd be plot holes everywhere, but even you could do it, or if you do it simple enough. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about now. I just got pretty goddamn high and just turned on the camera and started talking. So, like I said in that one video, I'm probably just going to be rambling about whatever the fuck. Because I just need to feel like I'm talking to somebody, at least. When I'm making these YouTube videos. So, I guess that's why I use, pronouns like you and shit like that. Isn't that weird? I always thought that was weird as hell. To see other people using the pronoun you when I can see that they're alone in their room talking to their camera. You know, like my iPhone's not a person. I mean, whatever. I mean, I guess, in my head when I talk to this is gonna sound weird. In my head when I talk to inanimate objects, I kind of do refer to them as you, like you know, when, like, if you drop your coffee or something like that, you're like, fuck you, god fucking damn it, like that shit, you know. Well, I guess you're not cursing it. The fucking object itself. What are you cursing at? The event? The occurrence, or the objects themselves? Because it's like, I mean, I guess you'd be cursing at yourself, but then you'd be, why didn't you say? Well, I guess, yeah, most people would say fuck me rather than fuck you. But I don't know, I would rather say fuck you to shit I dropped. Alright, yeah, this is getting to where it makes no sense now, so I'm gonna stop the video. What was I gonna say? Something else before I ended it? Right. Oh yeah, right. No. I'm not gonna end the video yet because I wanted to say this one last thing. As for the time span on the novel of how long it's gonna take, right? Because I got totally off track. That's gonna take a long ass time. It's gonna take me. Could be like a month or so. Maybe longer. Who knows? Because, like, it got big. It got really big. It's turned into 2 big parts. And it's got interlude chapters and 4 main characters. Four like, not POVs. Kind of POVs, but I don't want to make it too shifty, you know what I mean? Like, to where it's, like, jarring on the reader's attention. Like, it's gonna have them broken up so that, I mean, you'll see. It's not that. It's not what it sounds like. But anyways, it's gonna be pretty giant. So, yeah. But anyways, that'll be cool though. Anyway, like I'll read off my novel in, like. Well, see, I'm kind of torn between reading my novel off on YouTube and sending it to publishers. I can't decide. Because I've got a specific sort of little plan if I do send it to publishers. Not like plan, but like, since it takes place in Morrisville, Mississippi, right? Morrisville, really. I want to send it to people in Mississippi. And obviously I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, so that'll be interesting just to sort of see how. I want to sort of challenge myself, see how well I can represent the city and, well, I mean, like, accurately portray the city, rather, and like, I wouldn't say accurately, because it is a fictional city, technically. I'm just taking aspects from Morville, like, from real-life Morville. Like, none of the actual places in there are like, really exist or anything. But I still want to... I want to make, like, it has a lot of, I just put a lot of, like, southern, like, things that you see in the South, in America, like, now, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things that you see there, so I made it take place, you know, obviously in the South, and Mississippi, I mean, it's not super different from Tennessee or anything, so, anyways. That's all now. I'm going to end it at 24 and a half minutes. God damn. Yeah, no, I need to make them. I'm going to start trying to get them around, like, 10 to 15-ish minutes.